It's time for the Landrum Football Coaches Show with head coach Mike Reid on Upstate Prep-Cast. This show presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. In addition to the Briar Patch of Campobello, Inman Fast Stop, Pool Time and Supplies of Bowling Springs, Peach Country of Campobello. And now from the Southside Smokehouse and Grill in Landrum, South Carolina, your hosts Steve Roper and Kevin Jackson with head coach of the Landrum Cardinals, Mike Reid.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's edition of the Landrum Cardinal Football Coaches Show on Upstate Prep-Cast, presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. I'm Steve Roper, and joined as always my co-host and producer Kevin Jackson and Mr. Rob McIntyre on our camera. We're live at the Southside Smokehouse in Landrum as the Cardinals come off a much-needed bye week. The team sits at 3-3 overall, and now it's time to turn the page and get ready for region action. But before the break, Landrum faced a tough test against Blue Ridge, falling 63-28 despite an impressive offensive first half, where the Cardinals moved the ball very efficiently and effectively and put up some points. But with 8 players going both ways, fatigue eventually took its toll in the second half. But with all of that said, it was still a great game over there. First half, we really put a good scare into them, but, fatigue just took over. And we'll ask the coach, Mike Reid, who joins us now. Coach, welcome back.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, it wasn't easy. It was a tough pill to swallow, but,
Yep.
We were just outnumbered.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to Blue Ridge. They have a really good team. I think they're going to make some noise in their region and make some noise in the playoffs. But, yeah, I mean, when you got a bunch of guys going both ways and they're two platooning, they got a chance to have breaks after each series, it's going to catch up to you. And then on top of that, the injury bug just keeps hitting us. We had 2 players go out on the same play that are two-way start. I mean, it's just – It seems like it's just piling on us. But, I got to give hats off to the guys that came in and played. They played their tails off, and the guys that stayed in the game, I mean, they never quit.
Started the game off with a real bang offensively. The trick play, the halfback pass, 63 yards, I think, or so.
Yeah, I mean, that was something we've kind of been repping, and we knew that, they're going to bite when they see, we throw the motion, throw the swing out there. We knew they were going to bite up on it.
Of which Clemson owes us some money for
right.
copyright, because that was their first touchdown.
That's right. Against North Carolina, yeah. But we kind of knew that they were going to bite on that, and we knew if we could just get it off, it'd be a big play.
Can't say enough about the performance of your quarterback, Ty Foster.
Yep.
With his legs getting you out a lot of jams, and the arm paid off very well, too. And Trey Nesbitt coming up big with some big catches in the first half. And, of course, Hayden Martindale with some big plays, who eventually went out with an injury.
Yeah, I mean, Ty had a great game. That's probably been his better game throughout the year, running and throwing wise. I mean, he's just an all-around good player. I mean, he's a great athlete. He's got a plus arm. He can run fast, and he's pretty shifty. And then Trey's coming along. He's continuing to get better each week. And as far as most of our guys, we're still, trying to move in the right direction, and we are. So
during the bye week, what has been the emphasis?
Just going kind of back to the basics, going back to some things we need to work on and get better at, and refining some things, and just trying to get healthy. That's kind of been the biggest thing is, we kind of took a step back in practice as far as physicality and just trying to get our guys healthy and ready to go for region play.
Looking back at that Blue Ridge game, like you say, want to get some guys healthy. We had several guys go out. Hayden Martindale was one, suffered a shoulder injury early in the game.
Garrett Bridges, who you going to talk to, he went out on the same play. Boothie Sam went out, and we were already without AJ and Eli and Corbin Mahaffey. So we've got a bunch of, starters that wasn't playing or got injured during the game.
So. Okay, so with that said, region play starting up this week. How many of these guys are going to be back on the field?
Hopefully most of them.
Hopefully most of them. That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, thank you for that insight with the last week's game, a week before last week, that is. And later in the show, we'll talk about this week's homecoming matchup against Blacksburg and what the fans can expect Friday night. Coming up next, we'll visit with a player who's been making a difference on both sides of the ball, tight end and linebacker Garrett Bridges, along with offensive coordinator Coach Brendan Cannon. Stick around, folks.
There's nothing better than award-winning jumbo wings while you watch great sports programming on huge flat screens at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and drink options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, and snacking, and lots of HDTV sports. And now, when you can't eat and watch the game here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Do you have a tree problem? Look no further than JB Trees LLC. At JB Trees LLC, we strive to provide a wonderful experience with professional service marked by excellence, all at reasonable prices. Schedule your free estimate today by calling 864-497-8511. That's 864-497-8511, or visit us online at jbtreesllc.com. JB Trees LLC, where your vision meets our expertise.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisor Tom Dixon at 864-582-1611. He can discuss your specific needs and help to provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call Tom at 582-1611 in Spartanburg for an appointment. Raymond James Financial Service, member FINRA, SIPC, life well planned.
The Flounder Seafood Restaurant, located at 160 Barbado Lane in Spartanburg, opens every Wednesday through Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Serving the upstate since 1969, they have been twice voted Spartanburg's best seafood restaurant. Everything at the Flounder is fresh and homemade, from their specialty stews to their famous hash and their signature flounder. Visit the website at flounderfishcamp.com. Come visit the Flounder, where there is a line, but it moves quickly. The Flounder at 160 Barbado Lane. Give them a call at 864-576-3165.
All right, welcome back to the Southside Smokehouse Grill here in Landrum, the Landrum Cardinal Football Coaches Show. Steve Roper, Kevin Jackson, Rob McIntyre, and our special guest this week is a young man that plays on both sides of the ball for the Cardinals, at linebacker and tight end, Garrett Bridges. And beside him, the offensive coordinator of the Cardinals, Coach Brendan Cannon. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
That's your cue right there. Mr. Bridges, at linebacker, you've had some big plays this year. It's been tough. You have to play both ways. We were talking about fatigue just a minute ago. Just give us a feel about how it's been playing both ways against teams that seem to always be able to platoon against us.
Yeah, we know what we have to prepare for at the beginning of every week, and it starts from, just drinking the right stuff, eating the right things, staying in shape, and then we prepare all week, and by game day, we as ready as we can be.
Which do you prefer, the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball?
I would say I'm more of a defensive guy. I do play offense a good bit, but I like the physicality on defense a lot more.
Now, you were injured in our last game at Blue Ridge early on, as we were talking about earlier. Can you tell us what happened?
So I was doing pretty good towards the beginning. I'd already had about 2 or 3 tackles, and I remember I had a dude wrapped up, and my hand was like around his shoulder, and Vuthi came in and his helmet hit my finger, and they thought I'd broken. They didn't let me play, but it's not even broke.
So we can blame it on Vuthi.
Yep.
We'll blame it on Vuthi, Kevin.
Yep.
Now, coming out of the bye week, what personal goals have you set forward, for yourself? Because this is region time coming up, and if you want to get the accolades at the end of the season, you got to get noticed by these region coaches too.
Yeah, so we're treating it as a new season. It's region. We're trying to start it off with a lot of momentum, beating Blacksburg, and then just go into the next week against, I think it's Liberty or Clinton, with a lot of momentum, and hopefully we do well during region play.
Now you're one of 8 that go both ways for the Cardinals, offensively and defensively. Are you also on any special teams?
Yeah, I'm on every one of them.
So that's pulling hard duty on a Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, to never come off the field. So you can kind of understand what we've been up against this year with the teams that have been able to field 36 to 38 players.
Yeah.
So, the mentality going into that game, knowing that, that you're going to have to give 100% down to total exhaustion against some of these teams and hold your head high at the end of the game.
Yeah, again, it starts at the beginning of the week. I mean, I know I'm going into the game, going to barely ever come off the field, so it's always going hard in practice, staying in shape, make sure I'm fueling my body with the right things, and then, again, my teammates as well. We always try to encourage each other and keep each other going.
All right, I'm going to switch it over now to a gentleman that I just learned earlier that the former coach Russell Mahaffey had something to say about him, Kevin.
Yeah, Travis Goslin, which helps us out here, him and his wife Holly are ones that kind of arrange things to the smokehouse here and make it possible to have this nice location up here in Landrum. He was telling the story the first time that he ever met Coach Cannon was as a freshman, and Coach Cannon, then the freshman player walks up to him and said, "I'm the best player you're going to have out on the field. Where do you want me to go?" And just speaks an incredible confidence there. What were you thinking in that moment, or were you just, or were you not?
Well, they just say you shouldn't lie to people, so you just got to be honest. So I was just being honest with Coach on what he was going to get on the field.
Well,
that's all.
Certainly was not a lie, folks. We don't have. Well, I mean, some of these new crops of coaches now are young enough to have highlight reels on YouTube. Go Google Brandon Cannon Landrum highlights, and you'll see about a 12-minute video or more of some incredible athleticism. So, Coach, here we are approaching homecoming again. Special time for you. You got to play, obviously, 4 homecoming contests here as a player. What is homecoming, everybody coming back in, what does this week mean to you now as a coach returning after being a player for so many years?
Oh, yeah, homecoming's just a time, I think, for these players and also the other kids in the school. And the rest of the community. I think it's just a great time to build camaraderie with the hometown. You're going to have a good crowd. It's a time to really show the city and, these younger kids that are going to come see their older siblings and whatnot. It's just a really good opportunity for our young men to display to an even bigger crowd who they are and what we are as a team.
This is your first year as offensive coordinator of the Cardinals. Tell us about that phone call or in-person meeting with Coach Reid when he decided to place his trust in you to be the offensive coordinator here of your alma mater, Landrum High School.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, it's a great honor to be here, where I played. I'd either played or worked for every coach since I've left here. Yeah, I've really been a part of the program since 2012, but it was just a great honor. Really excited to work with these kids because I'd coached several of these kids in either youth league or middle school, so I'd been always a part of these kids' football careers, and they've been a big part of my life and kind of what I've dedicated myself to. So, I was really excited. The phone call with Coach Reid, he brought me in, said we want to keep a lot of the same things we've been doing good and also look at opportunities to grow. So, just really great honor for Coach Reid to put me in the position I'm in.
How much of yourself do you really see? Because, a lot of the comparisons before I even realized that you were on staff in the last couple of years, when we saw Ty coming up real young, a real athletic, young, mobile quarterback having to make a lot of plays with his foot. I mean, the immediate comparison in my eyes was to you, seeing you play with me. How has it been to mentor him as a young quarterback now in his senior year and foster his development and growth?
Oh, yeah, I think it's huge, and I think it's easy to relate to Ty. From our skill set, I would definitely agree. Him and I are very similar in our styles of play, and I think what we could do on a field. I think one thing about it for me that I've really had to grow on is learning that we don't always see the game the same way, and that coaching it is I think it's one thing I've really had to learn over time is the mental side of playing quarterback and development is really the biggest aspect of it. So I think to me it's more where I think we've grown is that side of things and really relating the game as far as understanding what coverage we see, what back ends, when do we check into what, and getting into the right play. So, I think that's really been one thing we've really grown on over the last few years.
And one thing that I've always noticed about players that did everything was so natural as in athleticism as it was for someone like you, it's sometimes when you become a coach, it's hard to just say, well, why can't you do this? Why can't you just do that and stuff? So, that growth as a young coach now gaining that experience. How's your play calling evolved even from week 1 to now, learning more about what your guys can do?
Yeah, I think it's really just adapt to the personnel, adapt to what we're doing good, and just making sure we're putting the offense and especially the quarterback in position to be successful. So I think there's been growing I had to do on that end, and I think adjustment as far as that goes. But I think we're getting there.
Well, tell us about your first half at Blue Ridge the other week. I mean, 28 points and probably the best we've looked overall offensively, at least in that first half there. Tell us about what you saw working and what you saw were able to execute and do that day.
Yeah, I think we just really went into that game trying to distinguish what, especially in the pass game, whether we're getting man or zone and making sure we're getting into the right play. I think we had a little more tempo and a little more check at the line stuff that week. And I think that's things that we were hoping to progress through later in the season. It was kind of planned to go that route. Over time, we really wanted to establish first half of the year, being able to mix up our personnel groupings because, like Roper stated a minute ago, we got a lot of guys playing both ways, so it's hard to always come out and four or five receiver sets and consistently play that way. But we knew when we got into this time of the year that was kind of going to be a little bit more of what we have to do, which is kind of what we've seen on Friday. A lot more 10 personnel and whatnot.
Roper, do you have any questions for Coach Ken?
His philosophy, it reflects on, as you had mentioned earlier, as when he showed up to play, I'm going to be the best. And he brings that to these children. I mean, to the players. They're not children, of course, anymore. These are young men. But, he exudes that, and they pick up on it. And does it help you with your confidence when your coach is confident, Garrett?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How does a coach influence you?
My coaches are great. Coach Cannon, he's great with the offense. We haven't ran an offense like that, like we're running now, I don't think ever, and I think he's doing a great job with it. And Coach T is he's my linebacker coach. I think he's a great coach as well. So whenever they're confident in what we're doing and we're executing it well, I'm very confident.
Well, Kevin and I have been very surprised at how good the offense has really been doing, really since game 3. I would say we've had a little slow start there in the beginning, but the passing game really got going, the running game got going, then the injuries got going, and which kind of hampers everything. But hey, it's great. It's been an exciting offense with Ty at the wheel, with the wheels and the passing, the receiving. Defensively, we've made some good stops and some big plays. It's just a matter of numbers. Now, Coach, you mentioned a minute ago about the youth association, I was thinking, what can you tell these children in the Landrum area about getting involved at an early age and enjoying the game of football so they can be like this young man here? It's about, how you've been involved, like you said, since you were in school here and everything, and I see you at the Little League games, how important it is to get the youth involved.
Oh, 100%. I think that's really where your basis of your long-term stability and success comes from in the program. And one thing I would like to say, too, on that is our youth leagues have been very successful the last 3 to 4 years, and those guys are coming into the middle schools and 6th, 5th, 6th grades now. So we're really excited about the job they're doing, and we have really good numbers in our youth leagues. Been multiple years, the last couple years, we've had multiple teams in age groups. So really excited there, and really excited there, like we talked about with the homecoming, and really excited to let those younger guys come see guys like Garrett play hard, play both ways, line up at tight end, line up at linebacker. So, yeah, I think that's just really the cornerstone of what we're doing. Coach Reid's doing a great job being involved with them on Saturdays, and, us assistant coaches, we attend as well, offer support there. So, yeah, really excited, and I really think our younger age groups are really heading in the right way. I think last year they won four of the championship age groups last year, 4 out of 6. So, really good job by our youth program.
Any successful program that I've seen throughout the state, high school programs always had a good feeder program that starts with those youths getting involved right there.
I
Garrett,
got one more question, and I always have to ask my baseball kids. Go look at that shirt right there. That's a baseball shirt right there. I got to put you on the spot. Are you a baseball man or a football? Who's the best?
I got to say baseball.
All right, there you go.
Well, he'll be lucky.
You hear that, Coach Henson? I got you.
So you'll be happy to know that this Friday night, Coach Henson will be joining me in the press box as Kevin will be handling not only our producing side of the ball game for Upstate Prep-Cast, but also the PA duties at the Campobello Coliseum. Garrett and Coach Cannon, thank you very much, and your insights, Coach. Is finally great to get you here on the show.
Glad to be here,
and
Roper.
I'm glad you are as good as you always said you were. Garrett, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, when we come back, we'll spotlight another player who's been a crucial anchor in that offensive line these past few weeks, Mr. Maddox White, along with Coach Mike Reid, who will rejoin us. You're watching the Landrum Cardinals Coaches Football Show on Upstate Prep-Cast, presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables.
Hey guys, this is Todd Waddell with Upstate Prep-Cast. When the storm hits, trust the guys who've got you covered. Guy Roofing. For over 50 years, they've been protecting homes and businesses across the Carolinas with a quality you can see and a name you can trust. From inspections to full replacements, their team is fast, reliable, and built on integrity. Visit GuyRoofing.com today. Guy Roofing. Protection you can count on.
Call 864-578-4594 for your consultation today.
Discover the power of Mahindra at Mahindra of the Upstate, located at 4951 Chesney Highway in Chesney. We're your one-stop destination for top quality tractors. Mahindra, the #1 best-selling tractor in the world, is now within your reach. Take advantage of our low-rate financing options, making your dream tractor more affordable than ever. Visit our website at sctractor.com or call 864-461-2515. Mahindra of the Upstate, the official tractor of tough.
Jeff Parks and his team of experienced real estate professionals at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services C. Dan Joyner are lifelong football fans, and they know for a successful football team on any level, you must have great coaching and a good game plan. The same goes when purchasing or selling a home. Let the Spartanburg office at 170 Camelot Drive be your coach with the right game plan and strategy to make your real estate purchase go like a championship winning season. Contact Jeff Parks at 864-415-0336. Berkshire Hathaway C. Dan Joyner of Spartanburg. cdanjoyner.com.
This is Pastor Tyler from View Church. We're located in Bowling Springs at 5555 Pierce Bridge Road. If you've been turned off by religion, been discouraged or hurt by church, or maybe you just thought church was boring, you should give View Church a try. It's a place like none other. The people are genuine, the spirit is obvious, and God is moving in this place. Visit our website for times and direction at viewchurch.org.
All right, welcome back to the Southside Smokehouse Grill here in Landrum, South Carolina for the Landrum Cardinals Coaches Football Show, and I'm joined right now by the center of attention, you could say. No, not me, but the center for the offensive team, the Landrum Cardinals. And when we have just discussed Mr. Maddox White here, my guest, when you're the center or an offensive lineman, you're the last to get credit for anything, but the first to get blamed, right, son?
All the time.
So we were speaking just a while ago, and you're a lifelong Landrum Cardinal. I mean, since the fourth grade you've been playing. Tell us what kind of pride. This is homecoming. How do you feel about your school?
Well, I love
and community.
Well, being there my whole life, it's big to me. The Landrum games. Growing up, watching them games, I always wanted to be on that field, and now I'm a senior, and it's kind of rough on me. It's my last homecoming game to watch, and that's rough on me. But all my brothers on the team, we're gonna win this homecoming game for all the seniors since it's our last year.
Being the center, and I know what it's like, but I know it in a different way, as we were discussing. Nowadays with the shotgun snap, my days you're under center. I don't know how you guys can do it. Coach knows that I've always fussing about the shotguns and stuff, but Kevin too. But the whole world has turned to that. The shotgun snap, though, from under. How do you practice for that? I mean, is it repetition?
It is, and
I'm old school. You have to tell me these things for real.
There's a lot of factors that go to it, really, but it's you just don't think about it. If you get down and think about it, you're gonna mess it all up. But I mean, you got to keep that wrist straight. You just gotta. Well,
I think my biggest question is, how do you hear the snap count? I mean, in the old days, you get up here under center, hut.
It's on that clap. When everything's so loud, I just gotta drain everything out and just listen for that little clap. And once I hear that clap, I'm going.
crowd noise doesn't come into effect? Maybe.
I was gonna say, I think when you're playing, you don't really hear the crowd.
Mm-mm.
So I think
drains everything out.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of listening for that one, whatever it is, and you don't really hear the crowd when you're playing.
Thankfully, we're not in front of 80,000 either. I don't know how they do it.
Well, I've just always been interested in that because like I say, I'm old school, wishbone and that type of thing, but the game has certainly evolved over the past century, wouldn't you say, Kevin?
The times you were playing with leatherheads, yes.
But Matt, how you handle him, Coach? Is this boy a senior leader on that line?
Yeah,
I'll ask
he is.
you. I'll go right to you.
No, he's been one of the guys up front we've counted on every week. I mean, he was banged up a little bit in the preseason, but once he got out there, he's been an anchor. I mean, he gets us in our calls, and he does a great job every week, and we know we can count on him.
Go from that time. You've snapped just, I guess, basically every snap this season. You might have gone out maybe once with an injury.
Yes, sir.
And somebody came in, but you've basically been responsible for every single snap that is taking place, and that's to be commended in itself. But do you do any defensive?
No defensive. Even to be honest, during practice, while they're doing their little defensive work mode, they're snapping the tie the whole time. That's what I do. And when they need me to go in on inside or on scout team, I go in.
What's the biggest challenge when you're playing center nowadays? Are you up there having to look at the defense and calling out signals for the offensive lineman?
Most of the time, yes, sir. But my biggest problem is my head. I get in my head, and once I get in my head, it ruins stuff. But with the coaches and with my teammates, that's whittled away pretty much. Yes, sir.
Coach, what else can you tell us about the play of this stellar young man right here?
Well, like I said, I mean, we know we can count on him every week, and he had a couple. I think he had a week where he kind of had the yips. I mean, it happens. I played center also. I had a couple bad snaps, and you just kind of get out of your head.
So we're three old centers sitting here from.
You just gotta.
We've got 3 decades at least represented the 70s and
well, I'm the
90s,
early 2000.
2000. Oh, well,
I made it through Little League, so 4 centers.
But I mean, it's just something you can't think about, like he said. I mean, it's just got to be a natural thing. I mean, you can't get over the ball and say, all right, I'm going to snap it good. You just got to get over the ball, not think about it, and just snap it. I mean, it's just got to be a natural rhythm.
There's no way I could have done that even back when in my prime.
Yep.
If I ever had any prime. So, but you've gained more reps this season, and so how's that? Improved your confidence when you come to that line, especially opening region play, because we're going to go up against some pretty big foes here in a couple of weeks. I mean, these are going to be men you're going to be facing.
Yeah, Clinton's got a grown man on their team.
So we don't want to look ahead, but we want you to know offensively, a gridiron gladiator, so to speak, because the battles are done up front. You're going to be up against some hosses starting this week.
Do you ever wear any gloves or anything, like even when it rains or anything, or are you always just bare hands?
I got a glove on my left hand, but I got no glove on my right hand, but I do got it wrapped to my wrist stays straight so it don't bend. That's the main factor, because you bend your wrist, who knows where that ball's going to go.
So I saw you had a lot of scars on your legs, and I see one on your hand there now. Where'd you get all these scars at? Football?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This one was just in football. I was just blocking and falling. It just happened. So I get up, and I'm just bleeding. Didn't even know it happened.
I'm thinking of a David Allen Coe song. Well, Coach, I tell you, we're getting a little bit off track here, but we're having a good time up here at the Smokehouse Grill and with the Coaches Show every week. And we thank the coach for bringing Maddox and Mr. Bridges here a little while ago. And, Coach, thank you both for joining us, and we're going to give the Cardinals and our fans here a moment. In just a moment, we're going to get to talk about the Blacksburg Wildcats with Coach Reid, and you don't want to miss it, so join us. Stick around.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town, and get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed, and get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service.
Call Agent Chad Wagner, Asheville Highway, Spartanburg, 585-7999.
All right, guys, 30-second commercial for GSP Security. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
No, it's your turn to go. I did the last one.
No, this one's yours.
Man, I've already got a security system from GSP Securities. You're the one that needs to talk about this.
Well, you can talk about it because I don't know anything about it, so you tell me.
I've got cameras, I've got motion detectors, I've got everything that I need to be safe at my house.
Oh, come on.
All right, forget it. Y'all both forget it. Just go to www.callgsp.com today to request a free quote.
Warrior Tree Service, your go-to tree experts. Family owned and operated since 2020, offering service from tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding. At Warrior Tree Service, we handle it all. When nature strikes, count on us to clean up the mess and restore your property back to normal. Visit our website at warriortreeservicesc.com. To get a free estimate, call 864-278-2555. Warrior Tree Service, where nature thrives, we revive.
This is Steve Roper,
Kevin Jackson,
at Upstate Prep-Cast, and I tell you what, folks, you don't have to feel a financial strain from a clogged drain. Just call the MVP of plumbers. That's Mike Verner's Plumbing, proudly celebrating their 40th year of service to the Carolinas. Mike Verner's Plumbing has you covered in all situations, whether it's commercial or residential. So if your toilet's on the fritz and you really need to take a...
Hold everything. Folks, call the MVP of plumbers today at 864-472-8756. Mike Verner's Plumbing of Inman.
When you need trusted legal guidance, experience matters. For decades, the Stevens Law Group has been serving people right here in South Carolina. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. They handle all areas of family law with skill and compassion, helping clients navigate life's most important decision. Call 864-598-9172 or visit scfamilylaw.com today. The Stevens Law Group, local experience with a focus on family.
Hi, this is Ron Hawkins with Next Home Experience Realty. For over 30 years, I've been helping people buy and sell homes. Whether you're looking for new construction, buying your very first home, searching for that perfect investment property, or selling a home you've loved for years, call or text me at 864-415-5792 or visit my online site at spartanburghomes.net. I am Ron Hawkins, your trusted realtor in the Upstate, turning for sale into sold for over 30 years.
Welcome back to the Southside Smokehouse Grill here in Landrum with the Landrum Cardinals Coaches Show. I'm here with Coach Mike Reid. Coach, region play opens up this week at the Campobello Coliseum. The Blacksburg Wildcats are coming in to do battle. What can you tell us about this big matchup at home?
Well, it's always
homecoming.
Yeah, it's always a big matchup. I mean, I was on the other side of this a couple years ago as defensive coordinator at Blacksburg, and a lot of talk is a lot about Landrum. It's Landrum, and it's a big rivalry. I mean, we've been fortunate the last couple years since I've been here to win, but it's going to be a battle. I mean, those guys, they're well coached, and they got some guys up front, and they got a running back, number 5. I mean, he's a man. He's going to run the ball, and we're going to have to stop him to win. But, it's going to be a battle. None of these games are ever, especially in our region, we don't have a gimme game. Our region is probably one of the best regions outside of, Burns and Dorman as far as physicality and things like that. I mean, it's a battle every week.
You're going to be on both sides of the fence here, so to speak. You've had a stint at Blacksburg early in your coaching career, and now here at Landrum. So you've seen both sides of it. You've heard the talk from both sides. You've lived it. You've lived it on both sides. So no doubt it is a big rivalry.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just like I said, these guys they see Landrum on the schedule, and that's a big game for them. They circle this game every year, and it's just going to be a battle. That's all I can say. It's going to be a battle.
Never underestimate your opponent.
No,
as you would.
You throw records out the window.
What stands out most about this Blacksburg team? Running back you mentioned.
Running back, they got number 5, and then number 7. He's a freshman. He runs the ball really well, and they're big up front.
Are they running out of a wing tee like they were several years ago? Or?
No, they're still kind of spread, but they get in some tight end stuff. They got H back. They get in a heavy set where they've got all down linemen and then 3 fullbacks behind them, and they're running the ball, and they're going to run run it till you stop it. And when you watch it on film, not many teams have stopped it. So.
And against Blacksburg, you've also got to watch out for the gimmick plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trick plays.
He gets in what we call kind of a polecat, where you've got a center and running back, quarterback, and then you got linemen spread out, and it's just you got to watch, especially in region play. People they I guess are more aggressive. They know how important it is to win a region game, and it's you got to prepare for everything.
And 7 weeks into the year, there's not a lot of teams there's not a lot of surprises left. No. And most teams, everybody's seen the film, so anything that you've held back and vice versa, they've held back here.
Yep.
This is the week you bring them out to try and get the upper hand in region play to get started 1-0 and then most time probably guarantee you at least a playoff spot.
Right. That's right. Yeah, I mean you got to win. You got to win at least one region game, and like I said, you never know with this. You better come out to play, because anybody can beat anybody.
They realize that too. That's
absolutely.
The point you were trying to emphasize earlier. Don't overlook your opponent, because they realize they can get a win, their biggest shot is against you.
That's right. And but like I said, in this region, you could each week you better play ball, because anybody can slip, or not really slip up, but they can play well and they can beat you at any time. So
this week we're going to have a full staff back, so to speak, with injury-wise.
For the most part.
Will AJ be back?
AJ will be back, yep.
And he's been out, 5 weeks?
Yeah, he's been out since Briar.
Seems like an entire season.
That'll be a big help, and I just think, having him back is going to help our mental state. I think, he's a leader of our team, and we will go as he goes. So we're excited to have him back.
The big key for a victory Friday night, Coach, would be?
We got to stop the run. You say that all the time. It kind of sounds cliche, but they don't throw the ball as much as they have in the past. They're about 70% run. And number 5, I'm telling you, he's a dude.
We've seen 2 dudes already this season. One just 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And Mr. Ford was his name, I do believe, at Blue Ridge.
Forrester.
Yep. And then we saw another one down at Wearsholz, I believe.
Number 12, the quarterback. Yeah,
there's a lot of dudes in this state.
and the thing about it is this guy at Blacksburg, he's probably better than them.
Oh my goodness.
So he's the real deal, and we better be ready to come to the party.
Well, I know one thing. The coach has been truthful on every player that he has told us about to watch out for so far this season. Coach, best of luck to you Friday night's homecoming.
I got
Kevin, one more thing.
One thing to ask. This week, your old pal, Coach Justin Henson, again, he's going to join on color commentary, and because I've got to shift into to other duties this week. But tell us, you were assistant coach with Coach Henson for baseball for a couple of years.
Yep.
What has his friendship and mentorship been with you as a young coach? What did you learn from him in your time since he's going to be on the air with us this week?
I felt like we kind of hit it off as soon as I got here, and we kind of just bounced ideas off each other. We kind of, like today in the coach's office, we was talking about some certain things and just bouncing ideas off of each other, trusting each other, and he's been one of the best guys I've ever, been around and worked with. And like I said, I feel like we had an instant connection. It's funny, I was going to be the head track coach when I got here.
You wasn't fast enough, though.
Yeah. I'd definitely be the throwers coach, I can tell you that. But, he had an opening on the baseball staff, and I said, well, I coached baseball for 6 years at Broome. And he was like, well, would you want to coach baseball? And I said, well, that's kind of up to Coach Gentry and see, what he needs. And it was able to happen. Like I said, we just kind of had an instant connection, and I think the world of him. And like I said, we just seem to be able to interact well and coach together well and just bounce ideas off each other and trust each other.
Coach, send me your $50. I got your plug in on the air tonight.
And I look forward to working with you Friday night, Coach. Kevin, you want to take us out of here for a moment?
Yeah, again, we thank Coach Reid and Garrett Bridges, Coach Brandon Cannon, and Maddox White for joining us tonight. And, of course, thank you all the Cardinal fans for joining us every week and supporting Landrum Cardinals football all season long. Before we close, we're going to give a special thank you to our sponsors who make the Landrum Football Coaches Show possible. I need I need someone to. I need
yeah,
a
we got a lot of. I need a production.
I need our production assistant here to come over here.
We promised this plug a long time ago. We got to show this old mule off.
So every week we tell you that the Landrum Football Coaches Show is primarily sponsored by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. When the man donates and does as much for the internet and for everything that he's able to support the Coaches Show here, he says, "Can you show my horse?" We're going to show his horse.
This is one of his horses. He actually has 3 in the stable.
A stable.
This is a horse, and I believe if you can get it.
There you go.
Still the moment. This horse, and they're hoping that it will make it into the Kentucky Oaks race here pretty soon.
So yes, Teddy Laster Racing is a real thing. People's asked us, is there really a Teddy Laster Racing Stables? Absolutely.
Well, Kevin said, when I told him I wanted to bring a horse up here,
right.
Remember, and I told you, I said horses aren't allowed here, and the reason is the last time they had one, a guy thought it was his wife, and he took it home.
Well, in addition,
she had a long face.
In addition to Teddy Laster Racing Stables, we also give a special thanks to the Briar Patch Quick Stop of Campobello, Inman Fast Stop, Pool Time and Supplies of Bowling Springs, and Peach Country at Campobello. And if you'd ever like to become a sponsor of the Landrum Football Coaches Show or partner with us here locally on Landrum Cardinals Football and Upstate Prep-Cast, visit www.upstateprepcast.net/Landrum.
Yeah, be sure and join us this Friday night, fans, at the Campobello Coliseum. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Homecoming night, so you don't want to miss it. But if you do miss it and you have to stay at home, you can catch it right here on Upstate Prep-Cast. For Kevin Jackson, Rob McIntyre, and Coach Mike Reid, we say,
Go Cards.